Howdy folks, and welcome to the Skippy track guide for COTA West. Haven't been here. I think I've been to the actual full COTA in the Skippy. I'm pretty sure we've done it around here. Anyway, we're at the West circuit, which you do the S's, and then you turn left and you end up on the back straight, sorry. So yeah, not too bad. It's quite a good Skippy track, to be honest. Slipstream will be a thing up to here, and obviously dive bombs after the few straights that we do have, but otherwise there is a chance to run away. So I'm hoping it's a good week. Before I forget, this is week 11, so we're coming quickly to, is it week 11 or week 10? Anyway, we're coming to the end of the season, and I need to know what you guys want me to follow next season. So the way I do it is I follow a race series religiously every single week. And usually it's been a new series, and then what I do is, if I've done a Skippy, I normally do a second track guide in the week. If that's a Skippy that I haven't done, then I do the Skippy. If I have done a Skippy guide before, then I'll drop down to the Radical or something else like that, and that's how I get 2 track guides done a week. So which one do you want me to follow next? I mean, we're getting very full on Skippy. I think I've got like 38 or 40 track guides. Been doing this for good over a year now. So yeah, which one do you want me to follow? We've done the Formula V, we've done the Skippy, we've done the fixed Ferrari in D class, the GT3s that is, we've done bits of the Radical, and we've done the fixed GT3 in B class. So if you've got any other series that you want me to follow, drop it down in the comments, and we'll see what happens. I'll put it to a vote. Otherwise, let's get on with this. Track usage 45% is what I always use. Track temp 82 Fahrenheit, degrees will be above my head, and you can see I use a modified race setup. Setup will be in my Discord, which I'll get to in a moment. Lap I'm going to show you is just above my head, 44,600. Now I did start off in the 45s, and then I decided to pull my fingers out, and the last 4 or 5 laps there were all 44s. So yeah, pretty happy with getting into the 44s, and a good 44 at that. So yeah, that's what I'm aiming for in the race. Might nip into the 45s every now and then, but yes, who knows what will happen in race time. I expect carnage, because I'll show you on the track guide. Carnage will ensue. 2 screens above my head. One will be my Discord, where you can find the OLAP, BLAP telemetry replay file, and of course the setup that I've used for this. It's generally pretty much the setup for everything. Obviously there can be a few tweaks you can do, but it'll be in there for you. On there as well is a Google Docs of the season, so you know what track guides I've done and what I'm planning to do. So if you are following a series, you can easily find it there. The other screen is how I get into these sessions, so try and make it as accurate as possible to the race. So I use the UI, and yeah, that's just how I set that. Otherwise, enough of me waffling. That has been 2-3 minutes now. Let's crack on with it. Right then, COTA West. And it is a huge run up to T1. And you can see how steep it is going up that hill. It is utterly ridiculous. So expect dive bombs and expect slipstream. But we are keeping it on the right hand side, and we are looking for a white line just about there. And you want to turn in at an angle and then brake in a dead straight line. And then what that does is bring you to mid-track, and you're not that far away from the apex. All we're trying to do with the Skippy is a wide track COTA in places. So we're just trying to minimize our racing distance, let's say. Shorten the track where we can. So don't go all the way over to the left. So keep it nice and tight. We can get around here flat out, not a problem. And now we come to the tricky S's. Now this is all about rhythm. So the first one we can take flat out, miss that yellow curb. We're going to need to brake on this one, miss that yellow curb. I do touch it a little bit, that was very close. Brake again close to the yellow, but miss it, and we stay in 4th. We're sliding a little bit, trying to avoid that the best you can, but this, as soon as you hit the yellow curb, straighten up and start turning left. You can cut this quite a bit, so practice it. There is an off track there, and don't run too far wide. We want to arrow this across here at this point, so be careful. There is a slowdown and off track on this bit here. When we get to that dip, brake again. We're in 3rd gear, so we change gear before that corner, and then don't run too far wide. Very quick session, very technical, very got to be smooth with it, but you should get around it no problem. White line, absolutely stand on the brakes, start turning into the apex 1st gear, clip the curb, give it a little cheeky tickle as you go past, and then get on full power as best you can. AstroTurf is an off track, so be warned about that. This one here, I brake at this point. Not really anything to marker apart from the distance from the corner. So 2nd gear, you can go around here in 1st, and the reason being, you want to shorten the distance again. You want to keep turning around the corner and get in a nice straight line. Remember, the Skippy accelerates fastest when the wheels are in a straight line, so that's what we're trying to do for this bit here on the track. Coming now to the very awkward hairpin, I suppose, 2nd hairpin. As we approach this apex, we're going to miss it completely, brake in a straight-ish line as we can, all the way into 1st gear, and look how early I'm on throttle. Before the apex, absolutely nail it, because I've got all the corner done and dust before it, and you get a nice exit. Careful of the off track on the corner on the AstroTurf as well. This triple or quadruple right-hander, whatever you want to call it, we change up into fourth, and we want to hit this one as best we can, and we want to try and stay mid to right track. You don't want to go too far right, you don't want to go too far left. You're elongating it one way, and you're going to tighten up this angle as well. I cut this corner just a touch because, again, I want to try and shorten the track the best I can. For the penultimate corner this is. Again, this is my braking point. You can kind of just see the corner in the distance. We want to turn in early, and we're aiming for that yellow curb just there. We want to just nip our inside tyres on it. I can't find an off track there, but I'm sure there is one, and there's definitely one on the exit there, so be cautious. You're looking for the white line for the final corner, and this one you want to brake, and there is a yellow curb on it, and you want to hit the apex just after it. So cut it and then hit the apex, and you should get a good drive out of the corner, which is very important because this is the longest straight. Again, there is a horrible off track on the AstroTurf there, so be warned. But that is us across the line in a 144.6 dead. So yeah, not too bad. As I mentioned in the intro, or I put it up on screen, I did have a gallon left in the tank. So yeah, the Skippy is very dependent on fuel weight. The max we only use is about 3.1 unless we're at Hockenheim. So this had a gallon in it. So we're getting towards the end of the race and tyres are nice and toasty. So just bear that in mind when you start out. Particularly for the S's and turn 1, it is very, very easy to oversteer, so take it cautious for the first few laps. I'm expecting, particularly at the start of the week, a few spinners, so look out for that. As always, take it cautious on the first lap, survive, then get your foot down and enjoy the racing. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. Catch you on the next one.